What was the role of slavery in the early American economy? Imagine a time when the backbone of a growing nation was built on forced labor. That's what happened in early America, especially in the South, where slavery played a huge part in shaping the economy. Enslaved Black Americans worked on large farms growing crops like tobacco, rice, sugar, and later cotton. These crops were not just food, they were the main products that made money for the country. After the invention of the cotton gin in 1793, cotton became the most important crop. It made processing cotton much faster, so plantations grew more cotton than ever before. This increased demand for enslaved workers to tend the expanding fields. Enslaved people's forced labor created enormous wealth for plantation owners and helped grow the Southern economy. Studies show that between 1839 and 1859, about 20% of the country's growth in producing goods came from enslaved labor. Even though enslaved people made up only about 12% of the population, their work had a huge impact on the economy. The cotton they picked was often exported to Europe and other parts of the world, linking American slavery to global trade. Slavery didn't just support farms. It also helped industries like shipping, banking, and manufacturing. Northern banks and businesses often loaned money to slaveholders or traded goods related to the slave economy. For example, New Orleans became a key financial hub because of its role in trading enslaved people and cotton. Ships carried cotton and enslaved people along the Mississippi River and across the Atlantic, fueling international markets. But the benefits weren't shared equally. The wealth went mainly to enslavers and traders, while enslaved people endured brutal conditions and had no share of the wealth they created. The system also kept the South from investing in things like roads, schools, or cities, which could have helped diversify its economy. Instead, it relied heavily on slavery, which limited long-term growth. Looking at Black American history, it's clear that slavery was the foundation of early American wealth. Enslaved Africans and their descendants did the hard work that built the nation's economy, even though they were exploited and oppressed. Their labor helped create the wealth that made America powerful, but it came at a terrible cost. This history reminds us of the deep roots of racial inequality and the ongoing struggle for justice. In short, slavery was central to America's early economy because it provided the labor needed to grow crops like cotton, which fueled regional and national growth. It connected the United States to global markets but was built on the suffering of millions of Black Americans whose resilience helped shape the country's future.